welcome to Gardening and Canning in the City. Today we're going to make some peach syrup. Peach syrup is wonderful. It's great on pancakes or ice cream and cocktails. It has so many uses. So come on and let's get going. So for this recipe, we're going to have 8 cups of sugar already pre-measured in a bowl and ready to go, 1 packet of Cerdo, 10 cups of pureed peaches that have been processed in a food processor, and this is mixed with 1/4 cup of lemon juice to keep it from browning. And then in the canner, I have these cute little syrup bottles I got from Fillmore Containers. They're wonderful. And so what the goal is of this recipe is we're increasing the fruit and decreasing the Cerdo to basically make a failure in the setting for jam. And what that does is make syrup. So, if I have people that, have trouble making jam and they have jam that doesn't set, by all means, change the label. It is no longer, strawberry jam or peach jam. It is now strawberry syrup and peach syrup. Who's going to know the difference? Make another batch of jam and enjoy the syrup. It's going to taste amazing. So what we're going to do is bring this up to a full rolling boil and with the Cerdo, and then we're going to add the sugar and rolling boil for 1 minute, and then we'll stick it in jars. So we'll be right back. Okay, our syrup has come up to a full rolling boil. Now we're going to add the sugar. When you put the sugar in, you want it pre-measured, you just dump it in all at once. Just like that. Now we're going to mix this in, bring it back up to a full rolling boil, and we're going to boil it for 1 minute. Then we can skim off the foam and start canning it in the bottles. So this takes a few minutes to get the sugar in because it's kind of clumpy at first. So always make sure that you get it completely mixed in before you start timing. I really like the color of these oranges. They're kind of a deep orange, kind of a reddish orange color instead of a regular, excuse me, not oranges, peaches. These peaches are kind of a red-orange color. They're really pretty. Okay, now we're going to bring it right back up to a full rolling boil. This will take a few minutes. But you don't start that 1 minute time until it's back up to that full rolling boil. It smells good. It smells almost like jam. It basically is jam, but it's going to be a watered down jam, and that's the goal of this recipe. Is you're just trying to get jam that is not going to set as hard as jam does. So that way you have peach syrup. This is really good when you make peach cocktails. And 4th of July is coming up, so that's probably what I'll be using a lot of this for, is making peach cocktails. Yummy. Okay, all my sugar is in. Not quite up to the full rolling boil yet, so we're just going to let it keep going until we get there. You want to make sure that you stir this constantly because it will burn really, really easy. Make sure there's no kids or dogs or anything in the kitchen because this stuff is really hot and it does boil over sometimes. Not necessarily boil over, but little splatters, and it is really hot and it burns. So make sure the kids and the animals are all out of the kitchen. Ooh, yummy. You can already see it's a lot thinner than jam is. So. I hope you guys try some of these recipes. And like, subscribe, and share. And then you can hit the bell icon and you can know when I'm uploading more videos, because I'm a new channel, but I've been canning for years and years, and I can constantly. My friends and family have been bugging me to get a channel started so that I can teach people how to can. So I finally did it. Took me a few years, but I finally got around to it. But I have taught a lot of my family and friends right in my house. They've come over. I just talked to one of my girlfriends the other day, and she's got a whole bunch of buffalo she just got in. She ordered a half a buffalo, so she's going to want me to teach her how to can up her buffalo, and we'll do a video of that. So that'll be really fun. Something totally different. So it's taken a while for it to get up to boiling. So, but the sugar is definitely dissolved now. So I'm going to get this up to a full rolling boil up and boil it for 1 minute, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I'm about halfway through my 1 minute of a full rolling boil, but I want you to take a look and see what a full rolling boil look like, because a lot of people, they start too soon on their time. This is a full rolling boil, and this is what you want to see when you start your time on jams. You can see it cannot be stirred down, and it is boiling pretty hard. We got a couple seconds left. There we go. And there's our timer. Turn it off. It's done. Alright. Now we're going to skim off the foam, and we're going to start canning it up. When I skim off the foam, I like to just take it and pull it all over to one side. Makes it easier to get it all at once. Just go like that, and then start scooping it out. I didn't put any butter in this, so put some butter in there. It usually keeps the foam down a little better. Maybe I'll do that next time I make it. That's okay. This is always good for a good snack. I usually like to get some toast or something, or a bagel, and put the foam on it. It tastes just as good as a jam. More. It's almost out. You want to make sure you don't get this foam in your jars. A little bit's okay, but you don't want to get that much. There we go. Move it back here so you can see what we're doing. Jar lifter. Oops. Okay. So. Ouch. These bottles are hot. Okay. Now for these jars or bottles, you're going to need a funnel like this. And we're going to leave a 1/2 inch headspace. So, and you want hot syrup going into hot jars. It's not boiling, it's actually got a little strainer there to strain off anything. And it's just going to go right in there. Okay. little bit more. Ah, too much. Boy. No, go like this. Right. That's better. Okay, now we're going to wipe the rim. Of course, all around where I spilled it out of there. Make sure it's really good and clean. And Fillmore Containers also has these little caps that go with it, and these are specifically for canning. They are screw-on. So, and you're just going to take it, put it in the canner. Next one. There. Stop funneling. This is going to be really good. Now some good drinks for 4th of July. I tell ya, yum yum. Okay, takes a few minutes. There. Let's do this really slow this time. There we go. Ooh, hot. These are really, really hot. Okay, I'm going to can the rest of these up and get them in the canner. And I'll be right back. So the peach syrup is all done. I got it all in jars in the canner. So I just want you to take a look and see what the consistency looks like. And you can see this is a nice syrup. It's not too thick like jam, not like water, but it's a nice syrup. And this would be perfect to go over your pancakes or in fruit cocktail drinks or anything like that. Waffles. There you go. So here's the jars for the peach syrup. I have 12 in here. These are 8-ounce bottles. And I did get another bowl, but I'm going to put that in the fridge and use that for breakfast in the morning for pancakes. So I'm going to put the cover on, and I'm going to bring this up to a full rolling boil, and I'm going to boil it for 15 minutes, and then we'll get it out of the canner. Alrighty, so our 15 minutes is up, and now I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn the burner off and crack the top and let it sit for 5 minutes. You do this so the contents inside the bottles or jars won't come out, because you can get a vacuum coming out whenever you reduce the temperature too fast. So you always want to make sure to let it sit for 5 minutes and then let it come out. Now what you're going to do in the meantime is you're going to turn off your air conditioners, turn on your off your fans. You don't want anything cold hitting these hot jars when they come out of this canner, because they're going to be screaming hot. If an air conditioner or fan or cool air hits these things, they will shatter and you will have syrup everywhere. So in the meantime, go turn all that off. So our 5 minutes are up, and so we're going to start pulling these jars out of the canner. You can see how beautiful that is. Look at that peach syrup. Isn't that amazing? You want to order some of these jars. I'll put the link in the description. It's from Fillmore Containers. jars out of here. And I'm going to let them sit on the counter for 24 hours. If you have the air conditioner pop on, make sure you take a towel and cover these jars up so that it doesn't hit them. You do not want them to get hit with cold air. Preferably just have the air off in the area that these are cooling, but you can take a towel and cover them up if you have to. It's summertime here, it's hot. I can't leave the air off for a long time, but at least I can leave it off long enough to where it cools down a little bit. And there we go. There we go. So all 12 jars. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All the jars are out of the canner and ready to go. So I made some pancakes, and so you can kind of see how this syrup does over pancakes. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Nice, thick syrup. Perfect. I'm really happy with that. Doesn't that look yummy? Mmm. Now, of course, we gotta take a bite. You can see. It's not too watery, so it doesn't make them really soggy. Boy, oh boy, that is good. The kids are gonna love this. Yum. So thank you for joining me in today's canning adventure. I'm gonna enjoy these pancakes. They're really good. So come back and join me next time, and we'll do some more canning. Next, let me see, we got coming up, apricots didn't do very good this year, so we don't have apricots. We do have figs coming in. They're just starting. We've only had 4 or 5 that would ripen so far. So we're gonna do some fig jam and some fig Newtons. So come join back, and we'll do that real soon. So you guys have a great day. Come back and join me and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.